I just pop it.
On your own time.
I just pop it.
On your own time.
Pop it and the stocks go rising.
Welcome to Good Mythical More. Here's what we're gonna do.
That's unfiltered.
We are going to give you our unfiltered, unplanned, unprepared responses to your plain questions, as well as get to some mail, because it's meaningful. And so are you. First question comes from Xana Houston. Xana with an X, but I'm pronouncing it as if it's with a Z because I'm guessing. What's the best way to travel with a baby? My husband and I live far from family and would like to take our baby home to meet them. What's your problem? They don't want to meet that baby. Just kidding. I mean, I've had 3 babies. I can slam on babies a little bit. I was a baby.
What is happening over here? Maybe we need to rethink unfiltered advice from Link's brain.
I think it's great that you want to take your baby to meet your family.
It's great, but your family needs to come to you. I mean, this is clear. Do not take a baby on a plane. You will hate yourself, and everyone will hate you. Your baby will hate themselves.
No.
Your baby will hate you. You will hate your baby. Sometimes you'll leave the baby on the plane. That's what I did. I actually have 3 children.
But one of them's still on a plane?
One of them was left on a plane. It was a Southwest flight, and we got on late. We went to the back. The kid was so out of line. I said, I'm leaving you on this plane. Southwest will contact us later.
Boy or girl?
He's a boy. He's in college now. He's at Stanford.
What's his name?
He's the first child.
What's his name?
Walter. He's
What's
done
he
great at
majoring
Stanford. We don't talk, though. I keep up with him through his Facebook.
What's he studying?
Aeroscience.
Really? Is that the science of like spraying stuff?
Yeah, it's how to spray cans. Yeah. He's really good at it.
It's really all about
graffiti.
timing.
He studies graffiti. He lives on the streets and he's a graffiti artist, okay? His name is Walter. I should have never left him on the plane, but it wouldn't have happened if I didn't take him on the plane. Next question from Mythical Lucy.
It was a Southwest plane. I was gonna say it's all about timing. You gotta sleep deprive the kids, and then it's a risk.
You wanted to give a real answer.
Yeah, and then they just sleep the whole way.
Mythical Lucy asks, how does Link feel comfortable enough to sleep on a plane? Interesting question.
I think Mythical Lucy thinks that your name is Link because you're the taller one.
Yeah.
I am 6 foot, and I don't.
Yeah.
But maybe Lucy, you'll be surprised to hear that I easily feel very comfortable on a plane.
He's always comfortable enough.
All
to
I
sleep
do
on
is
a plane.
put my head back a little bit, and then I open my mouth.
Yeah. And then we put things into the mouth.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a 2-step process.
Whereas,
5 hours later, I close my mouth and then I walk off the plane.
And if the question,
and I typically drop something.
And if the question was for me, if you thought that I'm Link, I don't get comfortable enough to sleep on a
that's the
plane.
next question.
From Rudolph Edwin Woodward, I'm 6'4" tall, and my knees always hit the back of the seat in front of me. Help. I think I've actually explained this system before on A Good Mythical Morning a while back, but I'll just quickly recount the system because I believe it needs re-mentioning. And that is, if you're a tall person, usually what that means is that if you're in a normal coach seat, the length of your femur is approximately the length of the seat back to your seat front, meaning that you're basically wedged in there. And if you get somebody in front of you that looks like they might be ready to come back, you got to get the knees in place and you use your femurs as a stick. And so I've had people really start coming back really hard, and I've just kind of just held my ground.
Just grit your teeth.
And eventually,
I'll look over at Rhett sometimes, and like his teeth will be gritted, and then I'll look down, and it's because the person in front of him is like doing
that's
this.
the key. Once you have that really awkward interaction with them where they're trying, and then they think their seat's broken, and sometimes they'll ask the flight attendant, and they'll try it again, and I'll just get my knee back out there. And once they realize, oh, it's a tall guy, and I can't go back any further, then they don't do it. But that's the key for me to enjoying a long flight in coach, is not letting the seat come back. I use my femur.
J.R. Jacob asks, window seat or lane seat?
Lane.
Shannon Lemon asks, more correctly, window seat or aisle seat?
So we're going to answer you, Shannon.
J.R. Jacob, that's what you meant.
Maybe they call it lane in another country. I don't know.
Now, you're a lane guy. Let's go with JR on this.
Always lane.
And I am a window guy because I don't.
You're still mesmerized by the ground.
Look
It's
out
like a
there.
child every time we take off.
It's like
you know,
patterns.
when you're in a plane that's taking off and landing, and there's like a child that begins to say things loudly. Link still does that.
That's me. That's me. And then I pull down the thing and I go to sleep because you got a whole surface you can lean against after your mouth gapes open without gaping it open on a stranger that's sitting between me and you.
It's clearly
in
the
that middle
better
seat.
seat for sleeping, but because I don't sleep and I pee quite a bit, I like to be able to just get out there. And I also like to stick my leg once I've...
Oh, that's a mistake.
No. Once I've secured my space and the person's not going to push back anymore, I like to get the legs just for a stretch.
But the beverage cart's going to clip it.
No, I don't mean to sleep. I mean, you make sure
Just
the
for a
beverage
moment.
cart is not anywhere and you stick them out. So I think a tall man needs to be on the lane seat.
And you know, I don't wake up people when I'm getting from the window to the aisle.
Yeah, you
Because
do.
I got like my Spider-Man game on. Like
That doesn't work.
I'll put a leg up. Like if they wake up and I'm in the middle of exiting, it would look like if I had a foot here and a foot here on each of their armrests, and like I was just like a crouching gargoyle.
I've seen you do this, and the people every time you leave, the person was like totally faking that they were sleeping, and they didn't
didn't
open
wanna-
their mouth right and open their eyes right in front of your gaping mouth.
Right. When I'm gargoyling them.
Georgia Hunt says, "How to shut up the annoying kid behind you."
How to shut up the annoying kid behind you.
Well, step one for
I don't
me
know.
is
I
always
mean, when you have kids, you gotta be a little. You gotta cut a little slack. You can't.
well.
How do you shut 'em up?
No, when you mean
blow
annoying
dart.
kid, there's two types of annoying kids. There's the kind that I left on the plane, Walter, which he was just a baby that wouldn't stop crying. You're not going to get that kid to shut up, and you shouldn't expect it. It's part of life. But if it's a child that can be reasoned with, that means that step one is to make an eye signal at the parent, so the parent will then take action and reason with the child.
An eye signal.
Yeah, and
What's
so-
that look like?
Well, my head is already above the end of the seat, right? So
The top of the seat.
I make sure I furrow the brow before I turn.
So start that way and then turn back. Oh.
Hold
That
it for
could
7
be-
seconds.
It looks like the kid farted too, because your nostrils flaring.
Yeah. It might have happened. And I turn back around. 75% of the time, they then take action. If they don't take action, next time you turn around, you bypass the parent and go straight for the child.
With a fist.
No, same look, but a little meaner.
Ooh, crazy. That's a gargoyle right there.
90% of the time, that'll work with the child. For the leftover 10%,
Give them the.
earplugs.
Oh, I thought you were going to give them the.
No, you
'Cause
can't
then
make
they'll do
physical
this.
contact with the child.
You don't abuse anyone
Yeah,
else's
that's
children.
a horrible idea. I
Or
never
your
even
own.
began to suggest that.
Autumn Panda Kennedy is a cool name.
Kennedy. I had a stroke during that.
Come on, dude. Did I? I did not.
No,
Autumn Panda
Kennedy. It's like you got your wisdom teeth taken out between Panda
Okay,
and
that's
Kennedy.
fair. That's fair. The stroke thing, not fair.
Okay, all right, okay. Either way, Kennedy.
I'm not even going to read her question.
How
now.
about
She's
it?
going to be mad at you that now we don't even read her question.
How about advice for when you really have to use the bathroom on a plane? And why really you
we
mean
know what she means.
dookie.
We know what she means.
Yeah, dookie.
What does she mean?
Dookie. I've never dookied
On a plane. I have.
What, you did?
Yeah.
When?
Remember that time when I turned to you and said, I got a dookie? And then I got up.
Seriously, you've dookied on
I
a plane?
gargled around you. And then
I'm afraid it's going to suck me down in there, man.
I use that to my advantage. I flush and it just,
You
it's like a
pre-flush.
colon. No, it's like a colon cleanse. It's like- It reaches, that suction reaches all the way up and just moves it.
Wow. But you got to get a tight seal.
Gotta
You
get
got
a
to get a
tight seal,
completely
right.
tight seal of your butt on the
Right,
seat, and then you do it.
I use lotion for that.
I'd be afraid of some sort of permanent.
I use hand soap from the bathroom. then I hit that button.
So
and
that's why when I went in there after
whoosh.
you took a dookie, I was like, why is there lotion all over the seat? Not that I sat on it, it was there. I noticed
not. It wasn't lotion. It was liquid
it
soap.
was liquid soap. So there's your answer.
Finally,
Kennedy.
Tristan Hatfield. Tristan? Peanuts or pretzels?
Both. You can ask for both, and they do it every time. I've never not once asked for both and not gotten them. What are they going to do? Be like, you'll have to have one or the other. Just say peanuts or pretzels, both. I always get all the options. You got to always get the options because you put the extra in the bag for later. The problem is sometimes you say both and then the other two people, because I always sit on the aisle so I get asked first. The other two people say, me too. And then they look at you like, you jerk, we're going to lose money because of you.
Lots of money.
Yeah, so that's when I
On
go
that
like this.
2 extra peanuts.
That's when I go like this. I look at the people, I'm like, you don't get both? I get both. Sometimes you have to say that.
I was ordering one for you.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So say both. I think we've made the world a better place today.
Play your guitar.
We haven't made it that good yet, though.
No. You know, come on.
You know what day it is.
It's Thursday,
Oh, wow, that's right there.
and Thursday means
May.
Have you ever done number 2 on a plane, Jen?
Not that I can recall, but
Well, you've-
probably.
Oh,
Probably? Man, I've
not
never
opposed to
even gotten
that?
close. And I can dump
in all your
anywhere.
travels, it's
I
bound to
mean-
have happened.
I've traveled some far places, so
Right.
if I hadn't, I'd be concerned.
I'll go anytime,
True.
any place, public, private, people's homes,
Did you put liquid soap down?
Yeah, every time.
but I do not use the plane or the bus or a train.
Did you use the hockey bus?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why you don't sit in the back of hockey buses.
Oh, yeah.
I've said this before, but I haven't said it to you. My Aunt Vicky referred to dookie as hockeying.
Yeah, she did. I remember that.
Hockey, your sport. She said, do you need to hockey?
Yeah, yeah. Because I think.
And I thought it was a bad word, too. And I'm not joking about any of this.
I'm confused with her logic.
My Aunt Vicky,
Your vocabulary was
she said,
really
When I was a
warped,
kid-
really warped.
because, I was that kid who needed the It Hurts When You Poop book.
Yeah.
She would be like, do you need to hockey?
You know what it was? The
Why
times
would
you
she
got it-
say that?
Because the times you got it to come out, it was so constipated
Like
that
a
it was a hockey puck.
puck.
And it came out like, and it was just like, well, I'm going to have to call it what it is now.
That's where she got it from.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Has anyone else on Earth had a family member refer to pooping as hockeying?
I'm going to Google this because it
I'm
could
gonna say
be.
no one in Canada.
All
You
right.
can't do that in Canada.
Yeah, that's
You'll
a
get
sacred
fired
term.
from Canada.
It's like that's
Yeah,
like the
you're
worst
deported from Canada.
thing.
What should I
you hate
Google?
my
Hockey dookie?
hockey
Hockey poop.
Hockey poop.
No,
Does
that's
hockey
gonna
mean-
come up with something else.
Hockey poop.
hockey verb.
Hockey, not the game.
Oh,
Ha! Geme.net. Hockey. The word hockey, a southern childish euphemism for feces, puzzles me. Yes! Link, you've been vindicated for
real.
the first time ever.
What? I've been vindicated a lot. This is my show. Our show, but I mean, it's half my show.
Half
should
my
get
show, man.
vindicated half the time. Read more about that. There's a whole essay on it.
dang! Is that a Wikipedia
The
article?
language history seems clear that there was a march of language at least to the north and the west. It all comes back to one young child with his aunt who once let a dookie that looked like a hockey puck.
Are you? You're not. He's not making the whole thing
Aunt
up though.
Vicky. You're the one who started it.
But for real.
It's very. So get back to hockey. Here's a kitty peek. What? Kitty speak. Whoa. For number 2, it's widely accepted that caca derives from meaning to excrete. We have cacophony, poppycock, literally soft feces. What?
What's happening?
My theory is that hockey simply reflects the established Proto-Germanic and to Germanic sound shift from K to H, hence haka or hockey. So it comes from caca, and it's a shift in linguistics to
Caca to haka, hockey.
hockey.
This is like some sort of Latin situation.
What's Germanic?
Yeah, well, okay.
But
I'm
the
sorry. I didn't study language.
I mean, I've been validated, and so has my Aunt Vicky.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Your Aunt Vicky's a German.
Yep, she got a new knee.
I always knew it. She got a German knee.
I think it's a
She got
U.S.
a Volkswagen knee.
a U.S. based
It's not
knee.
going to pass this emissions test.
Dear Rhett Link and crew, good mythical
Pardon me.
morning. My name is Gina, and I'm writing this letter on behalf of myself and my roommate Maggie. We're both seniors at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, studying engineering and
Aeroscience.
I'm studying civil. What up, Rhett? And
Hey.
Maggie is studying mechanical. What up, nobody? These shoes were the catalyst to mine and Maggie's friendship.
Wow.
Smell
Still
them.
have hairs on them.
Where are you
That's
talking about?
weird.
I'm sorry.
I do see the hair.
Don't think it's
Yeah,
mine.
it's one of theirs.
Oh.
It
How is this the catalyst to the
smells like
friendship?
girl feet.
We wanted to commemorate our
friendship.
friendship somehow. We could have each taken a shoe like some weird friendship bracelet, but we thought sending them to be included in the Mythical Mail Museum would be way cooler. Correct.
Way cooler.
Freshman year, Maggie and I lived 2 doors down from one another, but as we are both introverts, we probably wouldn't have talked to each other as soon as we did, or possibly at all, without those shoes, these shoes.
These shoes.
Maggie noticed these shoes, and I said, I really like those shoes.
Yeah, Maggie said that.
Maggie noticed these shoes and said, I really like those shoes. From there, conversation started,
No,
and
I
we
think
discovered...
it was she noticed her shoes and she was like, I really like these shoes about her own shoes. That's
No.
probably what happened.
We discovered that we had a lot in common besides that we both liked
Like
my
shoes.
shoes. Around March of last year, Maggie discovered GMM, and she would occasionally send me links to her favorites. Over the summer, I started watching episodes of my own volition. When Maggie and I returned to school in August, we started watching GMM together every day. If we don't have time to watch it together, we at least discuss it. After graduation, the two of us will be going our separate ways for work.
Oh, well, all good things must come to an end.
Nope. Hopefully, GMM will help us bridge this distance after being so close for the last 4 years. All the best, Maggie and Gina. P.S. If you could give my little brother Vinny a shout out,
What's
he would
up,
love
Vinny?
that. When I'm home from school, he loves watching GMM with me. Wow, Maggie and Dina, you know what? I predict that your friendship will blossom even more due to the displayation of these in the Mythical Mail Museum.
As long as these
Don't you?
shoes,
Yeah.
these shoes last, your friendship will last. Hopefully, we will not have a fire here.
Yeah.
Have at it.
All right.
Hit it.
Goodbye.
Bam. In the box.